Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Back Porch Lounge. We are the Leaf Cutters, and I'm your host, Ben.
And I'm Andy, and you just sound so excited.
Robert here.
And I'm Zack. You okay there, Ben?
Yeah, I'm a little downtrodden right now. We've had some haters online, so this is another PSA. We've had a little bit of haters online that evidently that my neck beard offends them. So
Throw what you can, man. Fuck them.
In normal fashion, you know, I'm gonna say I'm sorry that my neck beard offends you, because it's a neck beard, and us people who have neck beards know that it's a struggle to get the full face beard thing going on. Okay, I mean, it's a constant struggle, and because of this, I'm thinking that I want to form a society, and it's going to be called the NBS, and that's the Neckbeard Society, and that should not be confused with Sun B, which is the Society of Neckbeards.
You have to glue.
Is this a competing organization? Do you have to pay like two different membership fees, or?
Well, no, I'm starting my own because Sun B is it is what there is. You know, I don't like their politics. I mean, they do go into, hey, you should glue some, beard stubble on there if you need to, get some marker. You know, you remember that hairspray back in the day that made it look like you had hair? They did that too. I'm not down for that.
So they're about faking neck beards.
They're about faking it. I'm about just embracing the neck beard. Okay, so MBS is going to embrace the neck beard, and that's just what it's going to be. And I mean, for the person that doesn't like the neck beard, that's for you.
Offend that.
Get fucked. Is that what you just said?
It sounds like it.
Because I like my neck beard. I mean, it is gappy. It's all white, trashy, filled in. So, that's natural. But
I heard a smart person say once that offense is something that you take, not something that you give. So, if you take offense as a neck beard, then that's on you.
Do I offend?
Olfactory-wise, sometimes.
Anyway,
Just saying.
Moving on.
Love you, buddy.
Today, it's a Grab Bag episode. We're going to be doing our own choices today, and today
Did you say our own shit?
What?
I could have sworn you just
Your own
said we're
choices.
going to do our own shit. I mean, choices.
Choice? Yeah. Okay. We're just gonna do our own
I'm in
shit.
a mood. Sorry. Get over it.
That's okay. I'm in a mood too. So today I was provided this is very awesome of them. Smoking Sounds provided me a Porterhouse Red Meat Lovers.
Ooh.
So I'm going to be enjoying that today.
Hey, Andy, you got something on your face there?
Oh, sorry.
Yes, Andy's a little upset with me because I didn't realize that he had thrown a Red Meat Lovers into the bag of cigars that he gave me as well. So now I have 2 Red Meat Lovers.
Oh.
So
Respect. Excuse me.
I told him I would save it for him. I'll just throw it in the humidor and it'll be nice and seasoned when he comes and gets it next time he comes out. So what about you?
Yes,
what do you smoke?
When am I smoking? I had to actually text the purveyor of our wonderful cigars, the Penny and Jay Robertson at badasspenny.com, and ask him what the hell it was because they gave it to us when they were here. And it is the Black Label or Blackwork Studio Tiger Lily. And it's purty. I almost hate to smoke it because it's purty, but fuck it, it's going up in smoke.
That's how I felt about that Roma Craft Sabretooth. It was really pretty as well.
It's got Candela, it's got Maduro, it's got Connecticut. I mean, I just can't. Yeah, it's pretty. It's a work of art.
It was very nice.
Nice. How about you,
not
Robert? What
smoking.
you
I look
smoking
forward
at?
I look forward to
Today I'll be
sacrificing
having-
it to the cigar guns.
Diesel. Wait,
Wicked.
Wicked.
never had this one, so we're gonna
Wicked,
check
dude.
it out.
Yep.
I do have to say, if you're going to smoke that one, have you eaten?
Yes,
Okay. Just
it's
making sure.
become a thing now. Every time I come over, just in case, like I'm gonna
He
stop
just
somewhere
raids
and
the
get
fridge
like to eat.
immediately.
He's like, I get
Like,
the munchies.
knocks over your child, goes to the kitchen. Like, I'm making a ham sandwich. It's happening now.
I gotta eat.
Well, that's a
Cigars
smart
will kill
move.
me.
I forgot to eat like a late snack, so I just grabbed some chips. Hopefully that's going to be enough.
We'll know about halfway through. Zack will start
Yeah.
turning green.
Zach's like, all right, I'm done. Dude, you haven't smoked that yet. Done.
Yeah.
Which is
I've
smoking,
got
Zack?
the Aganorsa Supreme Leaf,
Nice.
which is a Nicaragua Puro.
Very nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very tasty.
It's,
That's my
yeah, I'm
opinion.
really looking forward to it.
Well,
I'll
he's about
be
to
the
find
judge
out.
of that.
Yeah, you be the judge of that. Talk amongst yourselves. Tell me how you feel.
And while we're lighting up, Robert has a question.
All right, so when it comes to thumping your ash, is it better to thump it or to just let it fall off naturally?
That is a good question.
That is a good question.
So, who wants to answer first? I can if you want.
I'll go.
Go ahead.
I think I'm not sure how I feel about this new cutter. I'll get back to you. In most cases, it's a natural occurrence. I know that cigarette smokers tend to go, oh look, ash, and just automatically constantly flicking ash off a cigarette. But you don't have to do that with a cigar. It helps in the process of keeping your cigar lit. It helps kind of just along, draws out the process. Now, you may want to keep an eye on how that cigar is burning and how that ash looks, because if it's if it's loose, you're going to want to hover closer to the ashtray more so than not. Because I know for a fact that all four of us have at some point been doing this. Whoop, right into the old shorts.
Can confirm.
So, but that's my take. I'm not big on thumping my ash off unless I notice that it actually needs it. There's usually a separation. You can see where it starts to lean. And that you need to set it off under the ashtray.
Gotcha.
But I'm open to other
I can
opinions.
check. No, my opinion is it is dealer's choice, of course, like everything is. But the benefits of having, to keep your ash going is, yes, it does help you keep it lit. It helps a little bit in not heavy wind, of course, because heavy wind will just blow it right off. But when you do have a little bit of wind, it'll help protect it in the wind a little bit. But you don't want to get it too long. I mean, unless you're doing a long ash competition like you used to do back in the day. But it's really, like Andy was saying, once it starts leaning and breaking naturally, then it's okay to thump it. I wouldn't just prematurely thump it because, you can start causing the cigar to start burning funky if you do bump it too early. Because you'll see it break off and there's still like embers and stuff and parts of the inside still sticking out, almost like the Mountain of Mordor, sitting there on fire. So just be aware of that if you do decide you want to bump it early. But it's usually better for me, at least, to let it naturally kind of start breaking and then go ahead and tap it off. I think Zack had an opinion on this too.
I agree with everything that both of you said, but I often will tap the ash when I figure out about when it's going to drop, so that I don't end up with it on my shorts. Usually, like on average, I notice that's around like a half inch or so of ash, and I'll test it. I'll take it over the ashtray and I give it just like a little. If it falls, then I'm okay. I'm not going to go harder.
There you go. So you're saying don't bump it on the ashtray, just kind of tap it.
Yeah, I just give it a tap. If it's ready to fall off, it will. But I do my best to not get cigar ash all over me. I fail often at this.
Yes. Can confirm. Me too.
Yes.
All right. I hope that answers your question.
It did indeed. Thank you, gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Who the hell are you calling gentlemen?
I know,
Sorry.
you offensive bastard.
Sorry. I'm offended.
So let's start talking about our cigars here. What are first thoughts on light up? And I can go. It's fucking good.
Do you need cheese and a glass of wine to go with that? That's all I need. That's all I want to know. Maybe some asparagus on the side.
For some reason, I mean, I don't know if it's because of marketing or anything, but it does remind me of having a full dinner. You know, it's kind of a heavy smoke. It is kind of hard to draw, but it's tasty. It has a good taste to it. Smoke output is not heavy, which I'm actually surprised with considering how dense this thing is. But as far as taste go, it's got all the flavor profiles I like in it, and I'm enjoying it.
Well, I'll go next. So I had to go back and I didn't know enough about this cigar to really talk on it. So while we were asking questions and whatnot, I went and looked it up. But it's a Ecuadorian wrapper and a Nicaraguan filler. I don't know. The binder's Ecuadorian. That's a lot of wrappers. And I suppose they can all come from Nicaragua. Like I said, it's a Candela, a Maduro. It looks like a Maduro, and maybe a Connecticut style wrapper. But man, it's got really good flavor off the bat. It's complex. That's the word I'll use. So,
But that many wrappers, I would expect it to be complex.
yeah, really glad I had a hefty lunch before this podcast.
What about you, Roberto?
It's good. Oh wait, no, I'm sorry. That's Grimm's thing.
Grim's not here. Damn it! Come on, man.
Lit well, burning nice. No aftertaste really. Input good, output good. So far so good. It's all good.
And Zacky Poo. I gotta stop calling you Zacky Poo. I know you're getting mad with that.
No, that doesn't bother me. You're not the first person to call me Zacky Poo.
In bed.
But this is the cutest person to call you
Zacky Poo.
You know it.
So the Supreme Leaf starts off with kind of some things that I enjoy about cigar. It's got a little peppery. It's got a little almost sweetness already. I was looking at the kind of what's in the cigar on a page, and it's got Corojo 90, or 99, I guess. Corojo 99. Yes, 90. Which is like a peppery tobacco. Is one that Andy and I tasted as an individual leaf at the Aganorsa cigar event at one of our shops. So, yeah. Anyway, it's got a lot of that going on, which is the thing I enjoy. So far so good. Construction's
Nice.
good, draw is good, everything about the cigar so far is so good.
It's a good. I think that's the word of the day. So anytime we say good, everybody's got to scream.
No.
Is it like the word of the day on Pee-wee's Playhouse?
That's exactly what I was going for right there.
Oh, look, even somebody in the background's got a good.
Yeah, I was going to say someone's
That's our buzzer.
participating.
Yeah. I don't have sound effects, so I just have cars go by.
Traffic for the win.
Mm-hmm. This damn thing's almost like chewing on a steak.
Is it?
It's
I gotta
tight
be
looking
honest.
bad.
I kind of wanted to have another Roma Craft. when I was looking, when we decided there was going to be a grab bag, I went to my humidor and I opened it up and I see all these Roma Crafts that I just picked up and I'm like, maybe I get a little Roma Craft. But no, decided not to do Roma Craft because we did a Roma Craft thing.
But it is nice to be a weasel.
Zack.
That's all I'm saying.
Is what?
It's nice to be a weasel.
Right?
I was telling Zach, now it's like chasing the dragon. It's because we hit that standard of like 5s that we want to get, and we're constantly chasing that one now. So good job, Romacraft.
Yes, well done. Shout out to Jason.
Big shout out.
Yeah, thanks.
I'm going to shout out, even though I never met you, don't know you, nothing.
You'd like him. He's cool.
He's cool.
Nice guy, Jason.
Oh.
Yes, Zach and I attended a cigar event at our local shop Friday, a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
With live jazz music or just a live band. Everett Street Jazz is the name of the band. They're great. We got to watch all of 5 minutes of the Cuban dancing.
Yeah, about that. We were in line to get inside the shop to get our cigars, and it was like ballroom dancing couple doing Cuban style ballroom. It was pretty cool. They were good.
It was really cool. They were really good at it.
Yep.
Then we hit 12 tables of cigars or something like that. I'd have to go get back and get their
16.
paperwork. Yeah, 16. Maybe it was 16.
Yeah.
But a cigar from each, and it was a really good. It was a well put on event.
Yeah.
I look forward to doing it next year and making sure Zach dragged his ass back down here to go with me.
I might do that. It was fun.
So where was this at?
This is
at the
Tobacco House over in
House.
Shreveport.
Yeah.
So shout
They've
out
got
to
a-
Tobacco House over in Shreveport.
Yeah, shout out to Tobacco House. They've got a handful of locations, and this is like, I guess, their largest location.
Yeah.
And it's got nice lounge and really good humidor selection. Staff's all cool. It's a good place.
Got their own bar. They've got members. If you want to buy a membership for their private lounge, they've got a 24-hour access private lounge with a 24-hour access bar. So
I still got to figure out how that works. Does that mean they
Kinda
have a
wanna know.
bartender like sleeping there the entire time?
Right.
When you show up at 2 a.m, you're like,
hey, pour me
I
an
need,
old fashioned.
I need a white
Okay.
Russian and an old fashioned.
I'm here. What do you need? Try that again. Didn't hear the first time I was asleep.
Yeah.
But yeah, good time had by us.
Like a drink machine with canned drinks, booze. But yeah, pretty
Sounds
cool
like a
spot.
good time.
Yeah, man.
But
I heard TAC had something going on.
that is nothing compared to what we went to
Whatever.
last
Oh,
night.
do tell. Do tell.
It was magical.
Literally.
Literal magical. They had a magician at Thick Ash Cigar, and we were giddy as fuck. We walked up in there and we were like, all right, let's see what this magician's got. and he was amazing. He did close-up.
Is that why
magic.
Grim's not here? He made Grim disappear into a different
He made
dimension?
Grim disappear. That's exactly what happened.
Wow.
You
Wow.
imagine they
Nice.
appeared in like Alabama or something.
That's why he's amazing, because he just made
Yeah.
Grim disappear.
Love you,
So we get there, and the guy, very professional. He came around to everybody that came into the lounge and did close-up magic with them and everything like that. Did card tricks, did
Wow.
wave tricks, did everything like that. And he was very good. I mean, his sleight of hand was top notch.
It's ever so slight.
And well, I mean, that's what I say. I could not see him do it, and I was sitting there, paying attention. I caught him on a couple of things, but when he was with me, in front of me, I couldn't catch anything. But when he was with somebody else, I could see what he was doing.
Right.
But that aside, he did have some illusions, and he was very funny, very entertaining. His name was Brian Robert. So if you ever see him anywhere, check him out. He's actually pretty funny, and he's a good magician. But yeah, that was something completely different than I would ever think I would see at a cigar shop.
Oh, yeah,
And it
totally.
worked. Yeah, I mean, but it totally worked. I mean, everybody was engaged. Everybody had fun. He levitated a table. It was pretty freaking cool.
Could you see the strings?
There were no strings. I mean, he literally
Okay,
picked
just
it up, walked it all the way down the middle of the aisle, walked it all the way back. It was pretty cool.
It's a lot of static electricity, I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, that's how he said it was powered.
He's sitting there with a balloon, just like his hair.
It's funny you mentioned that. That's how he said it was powered, through static electricity. So he rubbed his
That's
arm.
how I would power it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did it.
These dry fit shirts? Yeah, no problem.
So there you go, folks. So if you do see something kind of odd at your tobacconist has put on for your local shop, go check it out, because it could be amazing. And this was amazing. It was great. We had a good time.
It's awesome. Did you come home with a bunch of cigars?
No. So there
You
was
didn't get
a drawback.
hypnotized
It didn't-
and
Okay, there was a party foul, and I did knock off points for his review, because he hid a dollar bill in a brand new New World cigar, and he broke it to get it out.
yeah, no, that's bad. That's bad.
So that was painful to see,
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
cried a little bit, but then I got over it because he did pull $1 out of it.
It was just $1. Should have been
It
a
was
20
just
spot.
$1, but it was in a brand new wrapped New World cigar.
Still should have been a 20 spot. Gotta pay for the cigar.
Well, he used the excuse he's a magician. He can't afford that shit. So he's got to get out of it.
Accurate.
But yeah. And thanks to Tim at Thick Ash for putting it on, because it was a good time. We did have a good time last night.
Awesome. I figured he'd hypnotize you and sent you home with $100 worth of cigars per
I
person.
know, right?
Everybody gets hypnotized, and magically their credit cards get charged.
$100.
Everybody got
Maybe
a box of Opus X. It was amazing.
Yeah, right.
You're walking away with a good time if you like it or not.
Yeah.
One way or the other, you're going to be entertained.
That's it.
Zach, what you drinking? Because usually, we're drinking something good.
I've got a 7. I feel sponsored today. I'm not on purpose. I went to 7 Tap last night and picked up some beer. This is the Don Pablo. It's their Mexican lager, and it's like become one of my go-to beers in town.
Good choice.
Nice.
I think I had that the last time we recorded.
Yeah, because I left it at your house.
Yeah. Because you left it at my house. There's still a Waves in
Or
here.
one of the
that
Waves?
I was going to drink today. Yeah, I was going to drink that today, but after 22 ounces of margarita, I think I'm all right on the booze side.
Yeah, I'm not sure that would go great with a cigar.
May not.
Oh,
Willing to find out.
And the other beer that Diana picked up instead of Waves last night was it's called Pickle Farmer, which you would definitely like. It is it's like a pickle sour. It tastes like pickle juice. It's kind of amazing.
I've had that. Wasn't a big fan.
I've had a couple of different variants. This is one of the better ones.
Okay.
But then again,
the one
I like
had.
pickles, and I like pickle juice, and so...
Same here, but I think the one I had was an IPA, so I instantly knocked it off for that.
Gotcha. This is like a lighter beer, a little on the sour side. I'm not sure what exactly it is, but it's pretty terrific.
Yeah, that's one of the things, the bandwagons I did not jump on was IPAs. I can't stand them.
I totally understand why you wouldn't like them. I think that there might be something wrong with my brain, and that's why I like them. Possibly dropped on my head as a child, or
maybe putting pickle
radiation
juice.
exposure, working in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Who knows? But they're like magic. They're so good to me.
Yeah, I'm having the classic Code Red for my post-lunch beverage and cigar.
I'm having the Dr. Pepper Cherry Zero.
I'm just Diet Coke.
I mean,
You
it's
should hear Zack's
it's
bike.
I don't know what you're talking about. My motorcycle is very quiet and friendly sounding to everybody. And I don't have to wear earplugs while I ride it at all.
Bush. I have to wear earplugs when you ride up to the house.
It's probably good. It's definitely over here. It's about 50% louder than I was expecting it to be when I put an exhaust on it. The factory exhaust makes it kind of sound like a sewing machine, and I would be riding and like I couldn't hear where I was in the RPM range. I could look down at the dash and see, that I was at 5,000 RPMs or whatever, but I couldn't hear it. And so I was like, oh, I'll get an exhaust so I can hear where I am in the RPM range, and then I'll get the bike tuned to the exhaust because you should, because otherwise it'll kind of burns the fuel weird. And it was like getting a brand new motorcycle when I did that. It performs so much better. The throttle pickup is so much smoother, but it is so fucking loud. And I've got the baffle and the exhaust. This is all nonsense to you guys. You don't ride motorcycles. I'm sure.
It's not nonsense. I understand it.
It made the bike better. Like, the exhaust didn't make the bike better. It made it so I could hear where I was in the RPM range now. But getting it tuned was amazing. I will probably do that on my next motorcycle too, regardless if I get a new exhaust. Just get it retuned to on a dyno or somebody who can program it well. It made such a difference in the bike performance. Not like it's not significantly faster. It didn't unlock 1,000 horsepower, which would be absurd on a motorcycle. That's how you end up on your back. But but it became so much snappier. It's awesome. I love it. It was definitely worth it. And for the one person who may watch this that enjoys motorcycles, I have a 2017 Yamaha FZ07.
Welcome back to Shop Talk. We got Zack in the garage today.
I am in my garage.
He is in the garage.
That's what I'm saying. Zack's in the garage
from the back
today.
porch. The motorcycle's right there. I almost put it behind me, but then I thought maybe that's a little douchey, so maybe I wouldn't do that. Oh, there's my motorcycle here. You may want to take a look.
It would only be douchey if you were laid out across it smoking your cigar.
I mean,
You almost got me.
you coulda.
I mean, you could have, yeah. I mean, we would have appreciated it. You've been stroking your beard at the same time while you're smoking your cigar.
Yeah,
Might have
those
found
things.
something. So, is anyone else stupid enough to ride a motorcycle? Or have ever been stupid enough
In a
to
previous
ride
life.
I
In a previous life.
rode a four-wheeler. Does that count?
It's similar. Not the same, but similar.
All right. I also flipped said four-wheeler like 6 times. Does that count?
Were you able to hold on the whole time? I mean, to make the complete 360?
Was it
No.
just like a
about-
loop?
Yeah, it did cartwheels. Luckily, I fell off after the first one.
Well, that seems good.
Yeah. Yeah. Do I need to go into this story?
I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe?
Yes, let's.
Okay.
Oh man, this
So-
Robert must know about this one. Let's hear this. Let's hear this story.
So-
Story
I've
time
just-
by
I've never
Ben
heard it.
Gibs.
All right. So my dad had just bought a brand new Yamaha. I think it's a Forerunner or something like that. I forgot the name.
Sure.
But
Pretty sure that's a Toyota, but okay.
yeah, you're right. It is a Toyota, but I think there is some kind of 4 or something that Yamaha makes.
Okay.
Big four-wheeler, right? Automatic. So I didn't have to shift on it or nothing. He hadn't even. And when I say new, he hasn't made the first payment on it yet.
Oh,
And we're out in the front yard, and we're just all taking turns on it. Me and a couple other buddies, and I decide that hey, this thing can get a pretty good pickup. I could probably make it to about 50 before I get to the road. On grass and all this stuff, right? And it's getting dark,
of course.
so I start hauling ass. Because I'm like, I've done this lap so many times. I'm like, I'm comfortable with it. I'm just start hauling ass, and all of a sudden, in my way, there's a branch on the ground
Out of nowhere, huh?
of sizable proportions, and I slam on brakes stupidly, and the branch catches the front end of that four-wheeler and sends me launching.
Ooh.
That sounds accurate.
I get flung probably a good 15, 20 feet rolling. As I watch the fucking four-wheeler cartwheeling toward me. That's how far it flew me ahead of.
Whoa.
So it landed probably about 5 feet from me.
Nice.
And I'm sitting here like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I just ruined my dad's brand new fucking four-wheeler. He's been saving up for this fucking thing forever. He's never had a four-wheeler. And I just fucking destroyed it the third night he has it.
The four-wheeler didn't kill me, but my dad's gonna.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, pretty much something like that. Well, I'm sitting here looking at the four-wheeler. The headlight is all to the side. The handlebar's bent. My dad, in dad fashion, comes up, picks the fucking thing up, drops it back down on his floor. He's like, "Who's next?"
Now that we've
He
learned the
doesn't
important
say,
lesson of what not
"Are
to
you
do.
okay, son?"
Well, he looks at me. My buddy's sitting there like running towards me, like I gotta find a branch to get a splint because I know he broke something. My other buddy's sitting there like, "Are you okay? You okay?" My dad's like, "He's all right. Who's next?" Just shrugs off that the whole thing's fucking destroyed. That it ripped out his headlight and everything. I'm sitting there thinking like, how am I gonna pay for this? I'm gonna pay for it, Dad. I promise to get it fixed. He's like, whatever. It's just gonna get beat up in the woods anyway.
Did you have fun
That's
not
correct.
dying? That's the question.
I didn't die, so I think my dad was happy that I didn't die, and
Yeah.
nothing was broken. So
Yep.
that's my dad. All right. So cigar check. I'm about halfway on mine.
Yeah, probably about the same for once.
Yep.
I'm not quite half.
He's not
It's
quite
a
half.
Toro.
You wanna review it at half anyway?
I can give an update. Sure.
Okay. So
And Robert's like, I'm
mine has gotten a little stronger. It's a little hard to draw on, but it's still it's a full body cigar. Not leaving the film in my mouth, so I'm happy about that. Still tastes like a meal. It's it's hefty.
Is it still steak, or is it now onto like potatoes and potatoes au gratin and salad?
It's still steak. Straight up steak. And that's not a flavor at all that I'm pulling out of the cigar. It doesn't taste like meat. But it does give me it does remind me of eating a steak, because look how thick that thing is.
Tasty.
I mean, it's pretty damn thick. So, it does remind me of eating a steak.
All right, well, mine's kind of flavor consistent. Man, is it good? I'm gonna use the words of a friend of mine and say it tastes like tobacco. Very
That's good
cigarish.
description.
Yeah, but it's very. But there's no mistake. You're smoking a very cigar. But it's got some complexities that I can't place that the wrappers are kind of bringing out. Piss Gibs off and say cardamom is not one of them. Yes.
So.
And that's the word of the day. Ah!
No, wait. It's good. That's what it is.
It's
Oh.
good stuff.
What about you, Robert?
The Wicked is still burning nice. It is not really. I don't know. Maybe I'm just getting used to it, because it's like it's not really affecting the way that first one. The first one. The Camacho, the triple Maduro, it's not really hitting me like that. But it's still burning very nicely and evenly. The input and output are still good. No aftertaste or anything like that. So, yeah, it's treating me nice.
Nice. And Zack, as he studies his cigar.
Still
I'm looking at it to look for the taste.
The pepperiness is still there, but tapered off a little bit. I think I'm getting used to it, which tends to happen with a cigar that has the real pepper forward, at least to me. It's kind of creamy, the smoke output's really good. It's got a lot of it, which I tend to like. It's a little sweet, but not like sweet, like a little bit like Candela or Connecticut sweet, not like sugary sweet, but just like a little sweetness. And I'm enjoying it. This is one I probably will pick up again. By
Nice.
probably, I mean I definitely will pick it up again.
As I say, Aganorsa.
Because it's Aganorsa. Aganorsa. Yeah, that's how you say it.
Aganorsa.
Aganorsa.
Aganorsa?
I'm not hearing a difference.
Those are the same thing.
The same thing. What's wrong with you people?
Uncultured swines.
And that's why we're here, folks.
It was funny. Andy sent me a link the other day of the guys explaining how you say their name.
That was me.
Oh no, that was Zack.
Aganorsa.
That was Zack. That was not
Oh,
me.
I'm sorry. It was
Yeah.
Zack who said
Yeah.
that, how do you say their name?
Yeah.
And I was right.
Yeah, you were definitely right. I just felt like it was pointed at me for saying it wrong when we first had one of their cigars on the show. Like, and you're right. You're right. It's
now I do it.
Aganorsa. It's Aganorsa.
You just do it and piss Gibs off at this point.
No, what's funny is, see the butterfly?
Whoa.
Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a big butterfly. Hello.
It's a big
It's
butterfly.
huge.
It's a swarm. No.
No, the first time we were talking about the Aganorsa, I called it Aganorsa when I was saying, hey, what we're smoking next is the Aganorsa. So from that point on, I learned how to say their name.
That's okay. They were
Especially
just
as much
calling you out.
love as, yeah, called myself out really. But as much love as we give them on the socials, I definitely want to get their name right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I haven't had all of their cigars, but the cigars I have had from them have all been pretty excellent.
Yeah, fantastic.
Definitely.
I think I've only had 2 of theirs. I've had them, the Maduro, and I've had the Corojo. And both of those were fantastic.
They are delicious.
Yeah, I've had the Corojo, the Connecticut, I think I've had
We
the
can hit-
Corojo.
Did we get the Habanero?
No, it was the Habano. That's what it was. Oh, no. You mean on Friday?
No.
I think-
When we were there last.
For the event, I think we got the Habano, which was good. I think I smoked that.
Sorry, you said good.
And the JFR was good.
Yeah, it was.
I haven't had what's the weird one that you had last night?
Oh, the flying pig
Interesting
wannabe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I call it the Titan, but that's not the name of it. It was is it the Lunatic?
I don't.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
Lunatic.
the lunatic.
Lunatic. Yeah, it's still in my humidor. I actually thought about having it today, but I wanted this Supreme Leaf, which is Supreme.
The lunatic was great until like the last. I didn't want to put it down, but I had to because if I didn't, technicolor yawning could have occurred. So
Yeah,
it went from medium
Yeah.
full to full heavy real quick.
yeah.
So
I'm gonna have to open up my cigar a little bit.
Oh, well, yours
You have a
isn't
tool for
drawing
that.
perfect.
Hmm?
It's not perfect like this one.
Not
Perfect.
perfect like that one.
give it a little squeeze, give it a little love.
I've already been doing that.
Yeah. For those of you that are new to
I
the
do.
party, you can massage your cigar to loosen up a little bit, or you can take a draw poker or a stabby and draw the end of it. Create a additional channel for things to. Is that magical? Did
Much
that do it?
better. Much better.
Nice. That's good. I like it when you can fix it that way. Sometimes you have to just wait till it smokes down a little bit before you can actually fix it.
So what else you got on the list of things to talk about this evening, Gibs?
Okay, I don't know if we brought this up before. When you're smoking a cigar, the way we may have brought it up, but you should smoke a cigar is you need to draw it out as long as possible.
Yeah, I'm not good at that.
Yeah. Neither am I. I mean, over the
Robert
years,
needs a lot of work there. I'm just saying.
Robert needs to work on it. But he's used to, he's like me. He when he's smoking like on a smoke break or something like that, and he's smoking cigarettes, right? So he has to smoke it really fast to get back to work. So when he's smoking a cigar, it automatically translates that he kind of smokes it as fast as possible. But you really are supposed to draw it out as long as possible when you're smoking a cigar.
Or you select a
That
cigar
way-
that's appropriately sized for the the amount of time that you have.
Bingo, that's what I was getting at.
That's what I try to do.
So when you are selecting a cigar, so this is kind of like a tip, when you're selecting a cigar, kind of choose it for the occasion. So, as a little trivia thing, what would be the ideal cigar if you're sitting down to have lunch? And I'm talking about during work. What would be a good sized cigar that you would sit down and have during lunch? A normal, hour lunch.
In my case, and I guess I'm the outlier, because we've all been on. You've seen enough of these podcasts where we've smoked 5x50s or so, or I usually pick a 5x50 Robusto that takes me the full length of this podcast. And sometimes I'm not done at the end of the podcast. But generally I can fit, 5x50 or a 4x60 or something of that length, a 4-inch to 5-inch cigar, be it a nub or your Robustos from other places that usually fit within an hour. When I started smoking cigars and was smoking on a regular basis, I could fit a Lonsdale, which is a 7x50, 7x55, into a 45-minute drive from home to work, and reverse that route at night. So I'd have 2 cigars a day. As I've gotten older and time has been more permissible and friendly, I take I didn't look to see what this was, but it's a 6x50, 6x60, and turn that into an hour and a half plus.
Yeah. So, keeping that in mind, like I said, Andy is the outlier here. My thinking was, if you're going to do it during lunch, you need to go with like a short story or a cane or a nub or something of smaller stature, just because you need to eat too, right? So you need to squeeze that
Should
in.
have eaten before you lit that cigar, but that's just my opinion.
I'm saying it too, but if you want to squeeze one in, get appropriate size cigars for what you're trying to accomplish. If you have time, go for the longer ones, go for the thicker ones. But if you don't have the time, go for the thinner ones, the shorter ones. Because you can still do like a thinner one, 7-incher and a couple of. And look at all the balloons. What the fuck? So you could do like I'm just having a party at my place.
Up here.
How are you now? Is that in your pants?
So, party's in my pants. That's where all the balloons are coming from.
Yeah.
That
Welcome,
makes a lot of
everybody.
sense, actually.
It does, actually. So yeah, choose the cigar appropriate for whatever you're trying to do. If you're trying to relax and you have the time, go to your full size cigars. If you just want to get a quick smoke in, get the smaller ones. Kind of the.
I just recently got it was a Romacraft sample of Petite Coronas, which are like I think they're 4x48, and like I normally, if I'm gonna pick a cigar to have on my own or something, I usually pick a Robusto, just because I think it's a good kind of balanced size for me. But I really am digging the smaller size, the Petite Corona size. It's like it doesn't take a extreme amount of time to smoke it, and it may be because of Romacraft, I don't know, but it like is delicious for the entire time. I may have developed a bias towards Romacraft, Andy. This is your fault. And thank you.
You're welcome. Robert, I gotta ask what you're putting that drink down on, because it sounds like a gong every time you put the dang thing down. Every time you see you put the cup down, I hear thong.
Put it over there.
I wasn't complaining. I was just saying I heard it.
Oh, and since I finished my Don Pablo Mexican lager, now I have a German-style Kolsch from 7 Tap also.
Cajun, no less.
It's called the Cajun Kolsch, and it's so refreshing.
Something about Cajun and German just kind of odd.
I don't know. It's
probably an IPA. That's why he likes it.
No, it's a Kolsch. Germans don't do IPAs.
Yeah, I know. Thank God.
Because they know what beer is supposed to taste like.
Hey, I mean, that's debatable, but they have some specific laws around what you can put in a beer, and hops is, I don't think, one of them.
Right.
One of the ingredients.
So Zach's getting us beers Friday night, and Zach's like, what do you want? Whatever you're getting that's not an IPA.
Yeah.
Thank God they haven't.
Well, wait a minute. That kind of forces Zach into a non-IPA. What if he wanted one?
I don't think they had any.
Yeah, I didn't see any. They probably had some inside. The outside bar was a little smaller. But, you know, it was kind of hot out, and, you know, Modelo Especial. It's a good beer.
Such a good choice.
That's a good choice.
What's your take on the...
A lot of times...
Go ahead, Zach.
What were you saying? I was going to say, a lot of times, like, that'll be the, like, outlier, not necessarily outlier, that'll be, like, the beer that they have that's not this, you know, Budweiser or Miller or something like that.
Yeah.
And I'll drink Miller or Coors. Don't particularly like Budweiser, but Modelo is always good.
Yeah, it is. It's good Mexican lager.
Yep. And usually not stupidly expensive.
Right. Gibbs, what's your take on the whole cigar and appropriate sizing concept?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
What size cigar do you
got an hour. You get an hour for lunch. What are you going to pick for your hour lunch?
Yeah, like I was saying, I would go like a nub or a short story, or, you know, something definitely like 4 inches or under, because it's just, you know, that's what I like for that time. Even though I do kind of smoke them faster, if you really want to enjoy it, get the shorter one and smoke it a little bit longer. Because, like I said, you're supposed to take your time with these things. The oils mix better when you do it that way. It doesn't burn as hot that way. But, you know, a lot of times we're trying to smoke one in the length of time we do a podcast, and so we do tend to smoke them a little bit faster.
Speak for yourself.
Well, okay. Again, you do it right. But like I was noticing, like last night, even, you know, me and Grim finished our cigars a lot faster than the other guy we were hanging out with. He was drawing it out very long. He probably took a shorter cigar that he had, and he drew it out for at least an hour and a half. And I'm like, he did it right.
Yeah.
And so that's what kind of brought this up. I'm like, he's actually enjoying that cigar. He's getting all the flavors out of it. He's getting what he's supposed to get out of it. And here we are. You know. Just, you know.
Sound effects included.
Wait, let me get that closer.
That's awesome.
But, you know, we're smoking it like a chimney, and are we actually getting the enjoyment out of that cigar like we should?
That reminds me of something I read eons ago, and I think I probably have a screenshot of it on my phone. That cigars are not cigar smokers should not smoke like a chimney.
Nope.
At the time, I took that to mean that you shouldn't draw and then blow that out into the air like a chimney. But I've learned now that means more of a take your time and enjoy what you're smoking. It's taken, like I said, it took a long time for me to get to the point where the original length of this cigar would take me an hour plus, and to actually enjoy it, and to draw out that enjoyment. Partially now because I think about the investment that I've made into the cigars themselves. We're not going to talk about what's worth what, because you smoke what you like, smoke what you can afford, smoke what you like. But I think about, like this was a gift. I'm going to enjoy the hell out of it. I'm going to take my time enjoying the hell of it. But even the factory smokes that I smoke on an almost every day, every other day basis, they're short, but these guys can attest pretty quickly that that'll take me an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Partially because I'm working while I'm smoking it, but I do enjoy smoking them.
Yeah. And like you said, I mean, a lot of these cigars are an investment. I mean, you're paying $16-17 for a cigar. You should enjoy that shit and not just smoke it to smoke it.
Right.
Get the full flavor out of it. Get the full experience out of it. Relax with it. If you're just smoking it to smoke it, you might as well be smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, Robert.
What? I mean,
one of these days we'll teach you to slow down.
I know, and I do need to, but I enjoy them.
It's a process. It's a learning process.
It is, and it like I said, so many years of being in a rush to smoke one to get it, smoked all the way, and not have to put it down or put it out. You tend to get a little bit faster with it. You don't take your time with it. I mean, even talking to Mike on our podcast the other day, he shows there's a lot of work that goes into these things. They put a lot of time, they put a lot of research, they put a lot of stuff to make it a good cigar. So you should enjoy it from beginning to end.
Yep.
And part of that is taking your time with it and smoking it slowly.
Granted, there's stuff that we've lit up over the years that we've been like, this has got to go.
Uh-huh.
So those I've had. Good.
We haven't learned that when we do have that experience, just put it out and get something else.
Yeah, there's a part of me that says, look, I spent $10 on this. I'm still going to smoke it and suffer through it. But there's the other part of me that says,
I spent money on that.
Yeah, I spent money on that. But you're right. There's been times where it's been, all right, I'm not halfway through this and I hate every minute of it. Put it down and walk away. Put it down and go get something else. Drink it. Cleanse that palate with a nice glass of scotch or whiskey or your beverage of choice. Find something else in your humidor, the humidor that you're at. Hell, if you're at a shop and you picked a cigar that you didn't like, go talk to the tobacconist and say, hey, I didn't really like this. Can you point me in the direction of something else that I might like, or, help me find something else that doesn't have this flavor profile that I may like better.
And that's what they're there for.
And that's what they're good at. And hell, that's what we're here for.
Yeah, and that's what I like. Last night I was sitting there talking to my tobacconist Tim, because I was looking at his humidor and I'm like, I don't know what I want. I really don't. And he made some great suggestions to me last night. I picked up a Padron, and first time I ever smoked a Padron. which is surprising enough.
Which one did you get?
20%
Yeah.
Padron, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the hell out of it. It was a good cigar. It was the Padron.
Which Padron?
It had some number to it, so I don't remember that number.
Oh, like a 2,000 or 3,000?
Yeah, it's like a 2,000 something.
It's the limiteds.
Was it
And it was
natural or Maduro?
Maduro. It was Maduro, and it was a good cigar. So I was like, thank you for that suggestion, because A, I had never had a Padron, and B, it was one I liked.
I can't believe I've never given you a Padron. Sorry, buddy.
Just one of those I've never had.
$20 cigar.
Yeah.
Here you go.
No, it wasn't $20 either.
No,
It was 16. 16.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was $16.
I used to. This was a while ago, but those the 2000 series, the drones, which have like a kind of a basic label or band on it, they were like $5 or $6 at the shop that I would go to, and I like the natural better than the Maduro on that one. It's got more pepper than the Maduro. The Maduro is a little bit more neutral. But that was like a go-to for me when I first started smoking cigars. I still like that natural series, and the Maduro. That's good too.
I'm going to explore a little bit more with Padron. Since it was a good experience that first one, so I'll probably pick up a natural next time.
I've only had a handful of Padrones. The first cigar I ever smoked was a Padron Anniversary 1964, and that was maybe a bad first cigar because that was freaking awesome.
Is it freaking awesome? Yeah, that's why.
It's freaking awesome. And I've had another one of those since, and it's still a great cigar. But it's a little more expensive than I would normally pick up just on a whim at a cigar shop. But it's a good one. For those 1,000 or 2,000s and 3,000s, and there's a 4,000, maybe even a 5,000 series, which is just the numbers, is just the size of the cigar. From what I understand, but those are they're good. They're really good.
Well, another one he carries I want to try is the Valencia.
Mm-hmm.
Haven't had one of those either. But
was there one in that
for his
stack of? Was there one in the stack of stuff I gave you over the last week or this week?
I didn't get to look at all of them. There may have been one in there, but if there is, I'll definitely, grab it and smoke it.
Maybe, I don't remember.
I know there was a lot of Perdomos in there. A lot of Perdomos.
There's some super ring gauge size stuff that Smoking Sounds wasn't a big fan of. So
yeah. Well, I don't think he wasn't a big fan of it. It's just that it put him on his keister, as he likes to say.
Shout out to Smoking Sounds. They're a great podcast, and we do enjoy bantering with them and listening to their show.
Yep. And they're kind enough to share cigars with us, just like we share with them.
Yep. Gibs, it looks like you're about down to a nub. I know Robert's down to a nub. Zack and I are still working on ours. A little bit more than I got, but not by much.
I'm sorry my banter's off this week. My leg is fucking killing me. So let's take it away a little bit.
Remember when I was talking about tapping the ash just to check it? I apparently neglected that.
This one's been really good and well constructed, and it hasn't. I don't know how many wood to knock on out here that it won't shake the table, but it's not. I've not ashed on myself yet, which is odd because usually by now I have my shorts are half gray from ash.
I talked to a guy at a cigar shop that's basically like his plan was just let it drop whenever it dropped, and if it dropped on him, he had ash on it.
Yeah,
like that's cool.
So he's the guy that, you know, sitting in the shop. He's the weirdo that just has ashes all over his legs, and he's just like, "Hey guys," you're like, "Are you okay?" Yep.
Better now.
If I remember correctly, it landed on his shirt.
Did you know you're on fire, sir? Yep.
Yeah, it's cool. I like being on fire. Don't you?
I like that. In case I need to relight my cigar, it's right there.
It's right there. There's a decent factoid about cigars. Cigar ash is generally cold. You can ash into your hand. It's not that big a deal. Cigarettes, I don't know if I strongly suggest ashing into your hand if you have to.
That was pretty warm. Not melt my shorts warm, but it was pretty warm.
I did that to a pair of shorts. I've done that to a pair of slacks and a pair of shorts. Usually it's like when you're trying to, you know, adjust the burn line and that little ember just kind of flies off and lands right in your shorts. Like, oh shit, stop it first.
It really sucks when you're driving.
Totally. Can confirm. I got home from work one night and had to throw a pair of pants away.
I enjoyed a cigar. Do what?
I got home from work one time and had to throw out a pair of Dockers. Chris was like, "What the hell?" I'm like, yeah. You see this big hole like right on the inside of my thigh by my crotch? It's gotta go. Can't wear
I've
this
only
work
smoked in a vehicle a handful of times.
It's usually my vehicle.
I think I've had a cigar in your vehicle.
You have twice.
I don't smoke.
Probably the same cigar.
In his vehicle.
This one? I doubt it.
The Rogue you've smoked in. I think. I smoke in mine because for the longest time it was a commute thing. It was I had a cigar on the way to work and I'd have one on the way home.
Right.
So, but if you ventilate it right, nobody ever knows.
Yeah. We had a 03 Civic Si for a long time, and I smoked in that a couple of times, but I didn't have a good ash like car ashtray, so it was just like a glass with some water, or a cup with some water in it.
Yep.
And it mostly blew around the ashes and stuff.
I used I have a Zycar ashtray that I travel with, but when I forget, it's either a Coke can with the mouth opened up a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, with a can, like a Swiss Army can opener.
Yeah.
Or a plastic bottle that I've cut in half and taken the top half and stuck it in the bottle, so it's got a funnel. So ash goes in,
Right.
come back out.
That's good. Pro tip.
When I was pro tip, when I was traveling and renting cars all the time, you know, with the big stickers that say "Don't smoke in the car," I never returned one and got charged for it because the car never smelled like a cigar.
I mean, his beard was full of ashes because all the wind that he had to get in the car. But it didn't smell like cigars.
It didn't smell like cigars.
I did try to smoke a pipe one time in the car, and that was a challenging exercise in frustration.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's exercise of futility.
Yeah. For starters, I'm not very good at packing a pipe, so it was constantly going out, and I was at every red light. I'm like trying to get it relit.
Got the knee on the steering wheel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure the guy next to you is like, "Is that a crack pipe? That's a crack pipe. I can tell it's a crack
He's
pipe."
doing
Look at
it.
this.
No, you can tell it's not a crack pipe because it's made of wood.
You're just a fancy crack pipe smoker. That's all it is. You're a high class crack pipe smoker. That's what it is.
I was in traffic between what was it? Delk Road, going north on 75, Delk Road, right just north of Delk Road, which is where Dave and Buster's and a lot of other big things are for, you know, just north of Atlanta. and sitting in traffic, and I was lighting a pipe. And the guy in the Jeep next to me honks. So I look, and he's like, "Yeah, man." I remember that well. Like,
Nice.
thanks.
You thought you had the wacky tobacco in that one.
In Atlanta traffic, probably recommended. But that's just
He did. He was like,
not
he's
something I
like,
smoke.
puff pass, man.
Yeah, right?
I get you at the next red light. Just pass it over.
Oh, I went in red lights, man. 75 north. Ain't no red lights. I could have just gotten out and handed it to him, though.
Yeah.
I did try. Like often when I go fishing, I'll have a cigar, which is fine if you're not catching fish. But the second you start catching fish, you're like, what do I?
Ah, shit! How do I?
Well, what I don't get is like, have you seen the guys that smoke cigars and they're on a motorcycle?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
How do you do that?
I wear a full face helmet. It's not an option.
Exactly. But I'm talking about the guys that, either don't have a helmet or they just have the one that just sits on their skull.
Yeah.
And they have a big old stogie sitting out their mouth and it's lit. And I'm like, how?
Yeah.
How will that shit
Windshield,
just
I
blowing
guess.
right in your face? Yeah.
So
I mean, I don't have a windshield on my bike, but supposedly if you have a good windshield and the air goes the right way around it, it's very
it's not a problem.
I'm not talking about those guys. I'm talking about the guys on the damn choppers and their wind's right in their face. I'm like, how? How's that possible?
I used to work with a guy that smoked cigarettes, and we'd all end up in the parking lot at the same time, and he'd crank up and light a cigarette and back out. I don't remember what he rode. I know it was a Harley, and he had a wind. I don't remember if it was a full windshield or a half windshield. But Frank, how the hell do you not get home just covered in ash? Because I know you. I've worked with you for years, and you smoke like a chimney. And he's like, no, this is fine with the windshield. The wind blows just right over and around that the cigarette stays lit. And I just, when I need the ash, it's easy, just kind of pop it out to the side and off it goes.
Yeah.
But I'm with Zack. That's required. That a windshield is required for that kind of party, and not a full face mask.
I did see a motorcycle on my way to work. This was forever ago, back in Tennessee. The guy was on like kind of I think it was a Honda Cruiser with a windshield, but he had a cup holder and was smoking a cigarette, and like he's like taking drinks out of his Coke and riding. I'm like, you got a lot of stuff going on.
That's a lot going on the bike that I don't want to have to think about.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, in my imagination, I'm just thinking these guys, like, are the welders that only have the goggles. They don't worry about the full face mask.
They don't wear the welding shirt. They don't care about sun poisoning or whatever.
They don't care about it. They're so used to getting burned in their face anyway, so like the embers from the fucking cigars, nothing to them.
Right?
Look, my beard's on fire.
This skin's Kevlar now anyway.
Exactly.
It's Kevlar now.
That's why they call me Blackbeard.
I weave Nomex into my beard anyway, so it's not a big deal.
Well, it's getting to the sad part of my cigar. I'm going to have to review it.
Go for it.
Robert's already done. He ate it, actually. He's just like, fuck it. I'm not even putting it out. I'm just eating it.
It's like
Well,
the
it's
ash
made
out
a
of
leaf.
it.
It's considered a salad.
That's it.
Oh my god, is a cigar a salad?
Yes.
A cigar is technically a salad, right?
Yep. Officially,
Yeah,
right
it's made
now,
of
it
leaves.
is a salad. Therefore, it's part of your daily supplement salad. So, cigar a day, you're good.
Interesting.
Health tips.
So every day is
from
cigar day. Gotcha.
Leaf Cutters.
No, that's something else.
All right. So for mine, it's been a good smoke the entire time. Good output. Once I actually cleared it out a little bit, it had a really good output. No film on my mouth, so that makes me happy. No real distinct taste I can go. Tobacco taste. And but like I said, it's thick. It's really thick, so it does remind me of a porterhouse steak. Just trying to bite into a porterhouse steak. So I'm going to give it a 4. I'm only knocking it off because it was so tightly packed, and I did have to, mess with it just to get it going really good for me. But otherwise, it's been a good smoke. I'm going to smoke Andy's anyway, even though I told him I'll save it for him. and what? Oh, he's offended. But no, I'll hold on to it for you, buddy.
I held on to it for you, even though I said I'd smoke it. Here we are, trading jabs about it, as we should.
See, yeah. Now I can get you back.
It's how love works, right? Works both ways.
That's right.
I'll let Robert go because I'm with Zack. I'm still loving on mine.
Yeah, I probably got a few more minutes on mine.
All right, well, I'm going to go with
review
a 4. It was a great cigar. Smoked evenly. Input, output, wonderful. Towards the end, it started developing a taste I couldn't recognize. But outside of that, yeah, we'll go there.
That taste you didn't recognize was your finger burning.
Oh, is that?
Did it smell a little bit like bacon?
Flesh.
It did smell like bacon. It didn't taste like paper because you took the wrapper off before you got started.
Yeah.
Was it my turn?
I'll go.
Does-
No. You, me, I don't care.
I'm ready if you want to work on yours a little more.
Go ahead.
So the pepper kind of tapered off recently. It was there, or I'm now taste blind to it a little bit. But it still kind of has a sweetness to it that I really enjoy. The construction's good. No complaints. The burn's been really consistent. The smoke output's been consistent. The draw's been consistently good. It overall has been a really, really solid cigar. A rating. I'm gonna have so. It didn't make me giddy, but it's excellent. And I would give it a 4.5 leaves. It's a really good cigar. I really enjoy it.
Right.
I'm looking forward to having another one in the future.
Nice.
So not bad for a non-Roma craft.
It's pretty good for a non-Roma craft.
I'm gonna pull Grim. It was good. I'm a little more excited about mine than Grim. The construction was great. I had to touch it up just a little bit, but it's here near the end, and that's fine with me. I didn't ash on myself yet. I say yet because I'm still, still got an inch and a half worth of cigar left. Maybe an inch worth of cigar left that I'll probably continue to smoke. It's not really tarring up. It's not getting hot. But it's been a consistent draw. The smoke input and output have been great. All the things that we love about, or that I love about Blackworks Trading Company and Blackworks Studio, and the offerings that they provide, it rides right in line with the things that I expect from that manufacturer. I kind of wish it had a label, because doing a little online research, man, the labels on these are really pretty and really nice too, but that's not going to detract from my rating. I should say.
I do like their labels.
They have awesome labels.
Yeah, they're cool.
But yeah, I think I'm kind of in line with Zack. I'm not giddy about it, but it's been a really good cigar, and so I'll go with 4.5 on this.
Very nice.
Consistent flavor, just a good consistent cigar throughout. So,
all right then. Well, I guess that can close out our episode for this time in the Back Porch Lounge. Of course, as always, check us out on social medias. We're on all the platforms. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. We're on Threads sometimes.
I'm reposting all our shit on Threads, so if you follow me, it's getting most of the stuff that we put on Insta gets put on Threads.
So, and of course, YouTube. We're on YouTube. Everything is on YouTube. All of our shorts, all of our episodes, all of our reviews, everything is on YouTube. So if you're having a hard time finding it on any of the other socials, go to YouTube. It's all there, laid out for you. And communicate with us. Talk to us. We do talk back. Mostly it's me and Andy, but we'll get some other guys get on there and talk to you. We're going to try out some lives here in the near future, see how that goes. Then you can jump on, a live with us and talk to us live. Tell us how much of a shitty job we're doing and how much our neck beards offend you.
It's just your neck beard, but that's okay.
I'm the only one with a neck beard, okay? So I will take that heat. But on that note, I'm going to say good night.
Good night.
Good night.